Okay. So today we're going to be making one of my favorite recipes, which has, of course, garlic, a whole stick of butter, which is a half a cup. And we're going to let that all melt down together. Let it be fragrant enough to where you smell the garlic, but try not to burn it. So you want this heat on medium. And if you feel like it's cooking too fast, you can go ahead and turn it down. I'm going to turn it down to medium low, just until that whole stick of butter melts. You can start to see the garlic brown just a little, which is just what you want. You just don't want it to turn black. Now that our butter and garlic is all melted together, we're going to be making a roux. So add a little bit of flour. I'm using a gluten-free flour, but you want to go ahead and add 1 tablespoon right on in there. And this is what's going to thicken up that sauce. So now grab a whisk and whisk it all together. And it's going to thicken it up and make it nice and smooth. You want to do this for about 1 minute while stirring continuously, because you definitely don't want that garlic in there to burn. Now that you can see it bubble up a little bit, that is our sign to add the next ingredients. So we are going to be adding some milk. I have 2% lactate. You want to add 1.5 cups of that, but you want to add it in splashes. So about that much, and then stir it in, and then a little bit more. Stir that in until all of your milk is done. And then you're going to be doing the same thing with, I'm going to use heavy cream, because I like it. I like my sauce heavy. I do. Just like so. You can turn up the heat up again. I'm going to move it up to medium. All the while making sure you're using your whisk continuously around the edges. You don't want that garlic to burn. The first time I made this, I did burn it a little bit, and I learned my lesson. So let's add the rest of that. Perfect. Cook this for about 45 seconds continuously before we add our heavy cream. And I have it already pre-measured out. You want another 1.5 cups. And again, we're going to pour in splashes. Kind of like you're making a dough, like a cookie dough. You don't want to add all of your wet or your dry ingredients into the wet at one time. You want to do it gradually. So that's just what we're doing with our cream and our milk. So this recipe, if you guys have followed before, you may have seen it. This is going to be the top secret fettuccine Alfredo from Olive Garden. So save some money. Instead of going out, do this yourself. It'll cost less than a family of 4 eating out, and you will have enough for a family of 8. Or if you're me, I could just eat half of it myself, but that's just me. All right, let's pour the rest of that cream in. And now I'm going to turn up the heat to medium high and wait till it gets a little bubbly. We have a gentle bubble going on. Now I am going to turn this heat down to a simmer. So we're going to go down to low, about 100 degrees Fahrenheit, while we stir in the most important of ingredients. First, we're going to start with 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese. Just like so. Let's stir that in. It'll melt in pretty quickly. You can already see, like, I don't know, I can't see the grains anymore. It melted pretty quickly. And next, we're going to use 2 types of cheese. Next is going to be our Romano, and another 1/2 cup of that. Just sprinkle that in. Perfect. Oh, it smells so good. I would add more garlic, but that's just for me. Keeps the vampires away, you know? Okay. Yep, it's getting there. So on low, you want to stir it, but then you also don't want to over stir. Let it thicken up a little bit. And while it's thickening up, we're going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. And you just want to do that to taste. I like more peppery than salt, so whatever you guys like, I'm just adding a little bit of each. So let's let that sit for a little bit and thicken up. Okay, that is a perfect sauce. I'm gonna go ahead and take that off heat. Stir it up one last time. Oh yeah, oh yeah, perfection. So I went ahead and I made a little dish of pasta, some fettuccine, because you can't have Alfredo without some fettuccine. So let's just pour a little bit on there. Looks good to me. Now I'm gonna set this right here and garnish it with just a little bit of parsley. Just like so. Perfect. And there you have it. I could eat it like that, but I always want more cheese on everything. So let's go ahead and add a little more fresh Parmesan. My favorite part. Let's go ahead and try this. Okay, let's twirl up some delicious goodness. Okay. Ooh. All that's missing is some endless breadsticks. Let me know if you try this for yourself. It's better than Olive Garden, I think, because I can eat as much of it as I want without ordering more.